Okay, welcome back. So this last video is for me to go over how to complete the work for these modules. I will tell you that work for this course is actually completed on a weekly basis. Um, there is a module per week. So we're gonna start with week number one. As you can see, there's not much as I know and I understand this week. You guys are getting acquainted with the course. Many of you are not going to have the access code, and I have an alternative solution for that. But you do have some work. It's just not a lot. But next week, week two, we start with instruction for the curriculum of the course, and the first thing you will see is you will have chapters, the notes for the chapters that you will need to review in order to gain the knowledge and in order to answer the question or the questions on the assessment for the course. Also, one thing that is missing in here, and I just noticed that, and I apologize. And when you guys go get to it, you will actually find it. Actually, no, that's my other course, and I apologize about that. This course, in order to register your access code, if you purchase the access code, which you need to purchase for this course, in order to gain access to the uh, electronic version of the book and for to gain access to the work or class activities, you need to register your access code first. You go to where it says My Lab and Mastering. I'm not gonna click myself on it because if I do, it's going to it's going to be totally different, my view from your view. But your view, I'll tell you what is in there. What you will have is a web page welcoming you to the this is Pearson, is the publisher of My Lab of Mastering. And so you have two choices. If you purchase the access code, it'll give you instructions on how to register the access code to gain access to the electronic version of the book, and then to gain access to the activities for this course, which I'm going to show you and guide you through how to complete those activities. But if you do not have the access code, as I know some of you want, and that's a normal thing, that's fine, then it'll give you access to it'll give you temporary access, and it tells you how to do that. It'll give you about 2 weeks of access so that you do not fall behind on the course. But this is actually where you go to register on this link where it says My Lab and Mastering. Once you have access, um, you have the classwork activities for the course. The first one is this one right here, Introduction to Mastering Biology Assignment. This actually goes over how these Mastering Bio assignments work. If you guys look, it'll take you to where all of them are, but they will not, I mean, you will have access to them as you progress throughout the course. But you see, this is the first one. If you click on it, it'll actually give you the links to click in each one of the questions. You answer them, you submit them by the due date and the time, and they get automatically graded and they get transferred into your Canvas grade book. Let's go back here to modules. So the purpose of those classwork is assignments is to actually deepen your knowledge on the material that you are learning every week. Like I said, you have the notes, which is a summary of what you need to know. You have the ebook, and remember I showed you on the previous video, you have the exact chapter and sections where all of that material is available, and you have these assignments to deepen your knowledge. Once you have completed all of that, then you have either a quiz, you're going to have either a quiz or you are going to have an exam. So the quizzes um, are like open book, open note quizzes. You get from the Sunday, the module becomes available to the Saturday in order to answer the questions on the quiz. What you can do is you can click it open, you can actually copy it, or you can leave it open and just answer a couple of questions today, a couple of questions tomorrow. I don't know, any way you can, and you can answer those questions while you look at your books. You have the time, you have a whole week in order to do it. So there's no reason not to get perfect scores or close to perfect scores, as these are critical thinking questions or deductive reasoning questions, I should say. That means that they're not direct knowledge questions. You have to put two and two together to find the answers to these questions. And then for every week that you do not have an exam, because exams, I'll tell you about them in a few, you will have a discussion forum, a discussion. That means this is where I get to interact with you, and we get to discuss what we have learned, and you get to also discuss what you have learned with your classmates. So the first in discussion forum here, Introduction to the Science of Life discussion. What you will find in there are intriguing questions that will actually trigger some interesting conversations about the biology that we're learning. Okay. I don't know if I forgot to tell you in the previous video, but for the first module, you do have to complete an introduction forum, or it's a discussion forum in which you will have to introduce yourself and to me and to your classmate. I might have already mentioned that, but just in case I forgot. And this is due the first week of class. But you see in here, because you have a quiz and you have an introduction or a discussion forum. So the following week, pretty much same thing. You start with lecture notes. It's a summary of the knowledge that you need to have for the assessment. So you go to your Mastering Bio assignment. This is the classwork. This deepens your knowledge, and you can answer questions using the book resources. What I may do is I may actually, this link over here, I may put it somewhere over here so that you guys can gain access. I will do that later on. You will see my lab of mastering access to the ebook, and you will see it somewhere in there. But then you get to complete the exams. Exams is what tells me whether you are learning what you need to know in order to be successful on this course or not. Therefore, exams are a little bit different. Exams, you have to plan when are you going to take it. They're asynchronous. That means that you can take them anywhere from when the module opens to when the module closes. All these modules, they open on Sundays at 12 a.m. and they close on Saturdays at 11:59 p.m. But the thing with this exam is that once you click on it, you have 90 minutes to complete it. And then it will close and it will self-submit. So make sure that when completing these exams, number one, you study. You review the material. Study like if you were studying for an exam, you will go to the college and take face-to-face. With the only difference that if you forget one or two things, you can always look at them really quick, and you're able to get those questions correct. Do not attempt to answer every single question by looking to the answers in the book, because you're going to run out of time. Students have tried to do so, and they have run out of time. This exam has 50 critical thinking or comprehensive questions, which require that you have viewed the material. You cannot actually be looking at the material for the first time and answering these questions. You will run out of time. They are comprehensive critical thinking questions, which requires you to put two and two together in order to be able to answer them. So that's important for you to know so that you don't run into, oh, I ran out of time. and because it took too long to do the thinking in order to get the right answer to the questions. So study like if you were studying for a face-to-face exam. And so once you finish, submit. Make sure you submit it before the 90 minutes are done. I think 1 hour and a half is more than plenty of time to submit 50 multiple choice questions. And so that's what you have from the time that you click open the exam. And so the following week, because there's no exam, so you do the notes, you do the classwork assignment, and then you do the quiz. And because there is not an exam, then you do have another class discussion. So once again, no exam, class discussion. If there is an exam, because you need to study for them and they might be a little bit of time consuming, then I did not put any class discussions during those weeks. And pretty much that's it throughout the course. Um, if you do that, I mean, this is a 3 credit course. It requires that you learn critical thinking you do some critical thinking, and you learn some biology information, and let me know that you did got the skill of critical thinking. Just answer the questions on the exams, on the quizzes, on the classwork material, and then complete your class discussions. And you should be very successful. There should be no reason why you should not get an A on this course. Okay? So I'm going to finish this video like I will be finishing all of my emails. If you happen to run into any trouble or have any questions and or concerns, do not hesitate to email me back, and I will get back to you within 24 hours, probably much sooner than that, because emails they come to my phone, but um, if I'm a little bit busy, no more than 24 hours. All right. So once again, welcome to biology, and I will definitely be emailing you with more information throughout the week, the first week, and I will come in some way. It could be either through announcements, it could be through emails, or it could be through a video link on Sundays to introduce you to what you will be learning and to discuss some difficult concepts, and make sure that you guys understand. And I do that on Sundays, so just look for those on Sundays. Okay, email me if you have questions. Thank you. Bye.